The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Angela Lagunzad. Kadayawan activities are now back on the streets of Davao City. The annual festival will be celebrated in person this month after 2 years of online celebration due to the pandemic. The week-long celebration is set to start on August 15, but as early as now, tourists could already visit Kadayawan Village in Magsaysay Park. Davao City Mayor Sebastian Duterte invites everyone to enjoy the festival in person while observing proper health protocols. And he also urges the public to get vaccinated against COVID-19.
I'm inviting everyone to attend or witness the Kadayawan Festival of Davao City. This will be a month-long celebration for August.
House Ways and Means Chair Joey Salceda urges President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. to nominate a PEZA Director General. Salceda says a new PEZA chief is needed to maintain investor confidence as the country needs to focus on exports amid the weakening value of peso. Salceda also adds that he hopes the appointee will be someone who is familiar with the CREATE law and one who can lead the agency drama-free. Meanwhile, inflation zoomed to a fresh 4-year high in July on the back of faster increases in food and transport costs. Shaila Francisco with the report.
This karinderya in Quezon City increased their meal prices by 10 pesos to keep up with high commodity prices.
Kawawa naman kami. Walang nang pagtaas ng bilihin ngayon. Sobra. Sa mga customer na hindi nakakaintindi ng gano'ng kamahalan, parang hindi man sila namamalengke ng gano'n.
The Philippine Statistics Authority says higher prices in restaurants, cafes, and eateries contributed to the overall inflation in July, which zoomed to 6.4%, the fastest pace since October 2018. It is higher compared to the 6.1% in June and the 3.7% recorded in the same month last year. A closer look, however, shows that inflation in Metro Manila is down, mainly due to lower electricity and LPG costs. Overall, the recent back-to-back oil price rollbacks were not enough to temper the rise in prices of other commodities.
Mataas pa rin yung inflation rate doon year on year at pumasok na ngayon yung pag-increase sa jeepney fare na ito yung medyo malaki yung weight sa ating basket.
Amid high inflation rate, the PSA is also looking into the so-called shrinkflation. This is after some businesses were reported to be reducing the sizes of their product offers.
Yung concept ng shrinkflation ay makikita natin dito sa mga restaurants, cafeterias, ano. So dito natin tinitingnan and I've instructed already our data collectors to also look at some observations.
Economist Michael Ricafort said this is one way for businesses to still keep their profit margins.
Pag tinaas mo yung presyo, syempre mata-turn off yung mga mamimili, di ba? Ano yan? Yung iba yung reaction pag makita mo na biglang tataas yung presyo. Yung burden, isi-share yung burden among the producers, sa mga negosyante, pati dito sa mga consumer, di ba? Sa general public. So, gano'n lang. Way lang naman talaga mabuti.
Ricafort says the high prices of goods could be temporary as costs of fuel and other raw materials have started to subside. Ricafort expects prices to stabilize by November this year. Shaila Francisco, we are One News.
We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Angela Lagonzad. U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken chastised China after they halted communication channels last week. Recall that China practiced for an attack on Taiwan after U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi visited the territory. Blinken maintains China's retaliation in stopping bilateral processes in 8 key areas, including defense, narcotics, transnational crime, and climate change, were moves that would punish the world. Blinken added that the U.S. is seeking to de-escalate tensions between the countries. And in the UK, breast cancer can now be diagnosed with the help of liquid iron. This concoction is called Endomag, is injected in patients and provides an audio signal to help trace cancer. Let's watch this.
Speaking all right? Okay, absolutely fine. Good. And when it's injected into the breast in the patient, it's picked up by the lymphatic. And the other thing it does is it provides an audio signal. As the probe approaches iron, which is in the mag trace, it magnetizes the iron and creates a signal, and then you get a very loud audio cue. And you can see on the machine that we've maxed out. It's quite nice actually, because you can see the numbers coming down when the probe moves away.
So you can hear the signal from here. So some mag trace has made it into this lymph node. And we know that because it looks a bit rusty coloured, and also because there's a signal.
I thought we'd talk about the operation a bit, now that it's been a few months, and find out how you're feeling.
I have about a 2-inch cut where the cancer was, and then a slightly longer cut where the lymph nodes came out, just to check that they were okay and it hadn't spread. And they healed fairly quickly, really. They weren't a problem at all. In 2 or 3 weeks they were almost not, you couldn't really see them very much.
Here, I think that might be it. There's also
And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later at 1:30 p.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Angela Lagonzad. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.